Sunday. It's Sunday. Evacuate, reads the newspaper headline. Evacuate, say the TV anchors, looking not so pretty anymore. They look tired, a bit scared. The weatherman is no longer wearing a tie or jacket. His shirt sleeves are rolled up and he's sweating. His shirt's armpits are brown. The camera does a close-up of the weatherman's face. He says, "Evacuate." I put the crocheted sofa shawl over Mama Yaya. She's asleep in her favorite chair. She never went to bed. I almost turn off the TV, but I don't. Too much quiet might wake Mama Yaya. I walk through the house. Even though it's Sunday, there's no smell of cinnamon spice waffles or pancakes. I can't smell any bacon. I'm not hungry anyway. There's quiet when there should be pots rattling in the kitchen. Me and Mama Yaya should be at the table, talking up a storm. She should be telling me about signs, about how black crows are freedom birds, symbols for slaves flying back to Africa. She should be telling me how cooking black-eyed peas and greens will bring us money in the new year. We can always use extra, she says every time. She should be telling me why she loved me the minute she laid eyes on me. You were special, I just knew it. And how she has never stopped. Spot slides up to me, his head pushing at my hand. I pet him, scratch behind his ears. "You need to go outside?" I ask, happy to have something to do. Outside, Spot rushes to his favorite tree and pees. He sniffs every speck of dirt and every tree, happy to be outside. His tail is wagging like crazy. I sit on the porch steps, watching the neighborhood. I don't know what to expect next. The sun is dead high in the sky. Yesterday, some of the neighbors stopped by wanting to know what Mama Yaya was going to do, believing her special powers gave her special knowledge about the storm. I told them, me and Mama Yaya are staying put. I didn't tell them Mama Yaya was conflicted. Another good word. Most seemed happy that Mama Yaya was going to stay. I sit on the porch waiting for something to happen. I want to see Mary and Keisha doing double dutch, see the men and boys staring under the hood of a car, talking about pistons and spark plugs. See Miss Layla combing the knots out of her girl's hair and blowing kisses to her boys. The neighborhood just seems quiet. Too quiet. The quiet before a storm, I guess. I've read that phrase before, but never knew what it meant. But now all of us, the entire neighborhood, are expecting a hurricane. Even though Katrina's still out in the Gulf, she's coming. Closer and closer. I think quiet before a storm means it isn't really quiet. Maybe it means only now you can hear birds flying, forming a V overhead. Or that air has a sound, that it whistles low and deep as a storm approaches. Quiet before a storm maybe means folks are done hammering wood across their windows and placing sand sacks beside their front doors. Or maybe it means there's loneliness, a weird loneliness that is, yet isn't, real. I know Mama Yaya says the hurricane is not the problem, but I feel scared, like bugs are crawling up and down my skin. Mama Yaya has always told me, some things are seen, some are unseen. You see a lot, Lanisha, more than most people. But life, I guarantee, will still surprise you. I sigh. I can't see the future. Though I stare at the sky, I can't read the storm's signs. I whistle for Spot. His big, fluffy feet tell me he's going to be a big dog. I hug Spot, then look into his brownest eyes. What do you see? His ears point straight up. He sits beside me on the porch step. I feel nervous, watching my neighbors readying for the storm. Tonight when it hits, we'll all be inside our houses. I wonder if they feel like I do, scared. If they worry about getting hurt or not having enough to eat. Afraid that like the big bad wolf, the wind might blow all our houses away. Other than the groceries, Mama Yaya and I haven't really prepared much. I wonder if the saying, carry an umbrella and it won't rain, might be true for hurricanes too. If I prepare for the worst, maybe the hurricane won't come. Besides, that's what grown-ups are doing, preparing. I'm thinking Mama Yaya can't afford for me to be a child no more. Since her bad dreams, she seems more a kid, like she needs me. I think all of the people Mama Yaya has taken care of in her life, probably hundreds, thousands, with herbs and potions for arthritis, fevers. She's birthed babies, and when they grew up, helped birth their babies. And there's me, 365 days times 12 years equals 4,380 days that Mama Yaya has cared for me. No one gave her money, not even welfare. She could have asked, but she didn't. Love is as love does, Mama Yaya says. So I have to decide, prepare or not. Prepare. Grow up. Time for me to make things safe. For me, Mama Yaya, and Spot. I close all the windows and get planks from the shed in the backyard. Nails, too. I pound and pound. My arms hurt and my planks aren't so great. Some are crooked and the second-story windows are boarded up from the inside rather than the outside. But it's better than nothing. I roasted chicken the way Mama Yaya taught me. If the electricity goes, chicken will keep at room temperature. Perhaps for 2 days. It'll be our un-Sunday treat. Better than beans and rice. But I cook those, too. They'll take even longer to spoil. My cooking isn't as good as Mama Yaga's, but I make do. Then I remember there's an old ice chest in the pantry. If I drag it upstairs, we can have a picnic. I rinse out the chest and fill it with ice cubes from the freezer. There's still a quart of milk and orange juice left. They'll keep cool. The chicken, too. I'm excited. I grab carrots, American cheese. There's broccoli, too, but I don't grab that. Behind the margarine, I see a jar of applesauce. Dessert. There's a knock at the back door. Mama Yaya, you all right? I open the screen door. It's Pastor Williams. She's fine, I say. Please come in. Mama Yaya would want me to remember my manners. Lanisha, is it? Yes, sir. We're offering comfort at the church. We're fine here, Pastor Williams. It's not that Mama Yaya doesn't believe in God or church. She believes in many gods, just as African slaves did. She says gods live in everything, in the whole wide world, so every place you are is holy. Pastor looks at me, curious like. I kept praying Dolores would bring you to be baptized. She never did. No, sir. I am surprised that he's called Mama Yaya Dolores. Dolores and I go way back. Went to school together when we were about your age. Is she all right? Yes, sir. She's resting upstairs. He blinks like an old owl. You've got everything you need? Food? Water? Yes, sir. Enough for a few days. Then, you ought to be just fine. Tell Dolores you and she are welcome at the church. I will, but I don't think she'll come. I don't think she will either. She follows faith in her own way. It's my duty to ask. You come if you've a mind, if the storm gets worse, more than you two can handle. Thank you. Pastor Williams turned away, then turned back. I could tell he was struggling, like he couldn't make up his mind whether to say something or not. Then he did. I knew your mother, too, you know. I hold my breath. She was a lovely girl. She wanted you very, very much. Did she go to your church? No, but once she visited me. You were about to be born. She said she liked the peace in my church. I licked my lips. She didn't talk much, he smiled. She said she liked the quiet, so I just sat beside her, prayed. A few nights later, you were born. Mama Yaya did let me bury her when she passed on, though. Have you visited her grave? I shake my head. I don't tell him that her ghost is upstairs. Let me know if you ever want to go. I'll take you and Mama Yaya to pay your respects. He opened the screen door, stepping down the stairs. Where? I say, pushing open the door. St. Louis Cemetery, number 2. They have a section for indigents. The sun is 3 o'clock in the sky. The hurricane, says the weatherman, will arrive this evening.